UFC is back in Atlanta where the play is play, and they ride them things like every day. Not a bad fight night. Couple former champions on the card. No time to waste. Let's get into it. First fight of the night, we got Alonzo Menafield taking on Umar Sy. So Menafield is 16-5-1. That is 9-5-1 in the UFC. Sy is 11-0. That is 2-0 in the UFC. Menafield has won 3 of his last 5 fights. Sy undefeated, so he's obviously won 11 straight. Menafield getting up there, 37 years old. Sy still just 29 years old. I'm going to take fight does not go the distance here. It's minus 250. I'm going to throw it in a parlay. I'll get to it as we go. 16 of Menafield's 22 pro fights have not gone the distance, and 8 of Sy's 11 pro fights have not gone the distance. That is 73% combined. I like that prop a lot. If you guys are looking for anything else to take, how about Sy by finish? It's minus 160, so you'd still have to parlay it. But 8 of his 11 pro wins have come by finish, and Menafield's been finished 3 times before. But yo, if you like the dog here, which I considered taking, Alonzo Menafield moneyline plus 500. He has power. 10 of his 16 pro wins coming by knockout. Both of Sy's UFC wins came against guys that are winless in the UFC. So, like, we've never really seen him tested against a UFC caliber guy, in my opinion. Menafield is that perfect test. He's got a puncher's chance here. Dude, plus 500, it's juicy, I'm saying. And last but not least, the over 1.5, it's minus 125. You'd have to parlay it. Menafield's hit it in 3 of his last 4 fights, and Sy has hit it in 3 of his last 6 fights. So, little risky. Next fight of the night, we got Mansour Abdul Malik taking on Cody Brundage. So Abdul Malik is 8-0. That is 2-0 in the UFC. Brundage is 11-6 with 1 no contest. That is 5-5 with 1 no contest in the UFC. Abdul Malik is undefeated, so obviously won 8 straight fights. All 8 of those coming by finish. Brundage technically unbeaten in 4 of his last 5. You know, a little fluky. Abdul Malik, 27 years old. Brundage, 31 years old. I thought Brundage was a little older. I'm riding with Abdul Malik moneyline here, minus 450. I'm going to parlay it. I'll get to it as we go. He's undefeated. He's looked like a killer. He's going to have a 7-inch reach advantage here. Not only that, all of his wins have come by finish. Brundage been finished 4 times before, including his last loss. So, I mean, I feel like this is a showcase fight for Abdul Malik. We're riding with him. Looking for anything else, take the over 1.5. It's plus 155 right now. Little risky. Abdul Malik's he's hit it in 2 of his last 3, but Brundage has only hit it once in his last 5 fights. But yo, anytime you're going to give me a plus money over 1.5, I'm probably going to dabble on it. Just saying. If you want a little off the top on Abdul Malik, you could take him by KO. It's minus 325. Still a pretty hefty price in my opinion. 7 of his 8 pro wins have come by KO, and Brundage has been KO'd twice before. And last but not least, honestly, no real value on this, but fight does not go the distance. It's minus 1,000. I don't even know if you should parlay it, but sure, parlay it. All 8 of Abdul Malik's pro fights have not gone the distance, and 17 of Brundage's 18 pro fights have not gone the distance. That is 96% combined. Given that stat, this will definitely go the distance. No, I'm just kidding. Next fight of the night, we got Cody Garbrandt taking on Raoni Barcelos. So Garbrandt is 14-6. That is 9-6 in the UFC. Barcelos is 19-5. That is 8-4 in the UFC. Garbrandt has lost 3 of his last 5 fights. Barcelos has won 3 of his last 5 fights. Garbrandt, 33 years old. Barcelos getting up there, 38 years old. Taking the over 1.5 rounds here. It's minus 195. I'm going to parlay it with fight does not go the distance in Menafield Sy. Gets us plus 112 for that 2-legger. Garbrandt's hit it in 4 of his last 6 fights, and Barcelos has hit it in 11 of his last 12 fights. So I like this to go a little long. A little worried about Garbrandt's chin, but, you know, let's hit the over 1.5, guys. Fight does not go the distance. It's only minus 110. You still have to parlay it, but it's pretty cheap. 16 of Garbrandt's 20 pro fights have not gone the distance, and 13 of Barcelos' 24 pro fights have not gone the distance. That is 66% combined. Garbrandt, if you like him, take him by KO, plus 275. 11 of his 14 pro wins have come by KO, including his last win, and Barcelos has been KO'd before. And if you like Raoni Barcelos, excuse me, but you want him at plus money, take him by finish, plus 225. 11 of his 19 pro wins have come by finish, and Cody has been finished 5 times before. Yes, 5, including his last fight. Next fight of the night, we got Edmund Shabazian taking on Andre Petroski. So Shabazian is 14-5. That is 7-5 in the UFC. Petroski is 13-3. That is 8-2 in the UFC. Shabazian has alternated wins and losses in 6 straight fights. Petroski is on a 3-fight win streak. Shabazian, 27 years old. I still can't get over it. This guy's only 27 years old. Petroski will be 34 this week, actually. I'm going to take the over 1.5 here. It's minus 145. I'm parlaying it with Abdul Malik money line. Gets us plus 107. The over 1.5, Shabazian's hit it in 6 of his last 8, and Petroski's hit it in 3 straight, so I feel pretty confident in that. I did consider taking the dog here, so if you guys are looking for anything else, take Andre Petroski moneyline, plus 165. He's a really good wrestler. Shabazian was taken down in 4 of his 5 UFC losses, so there's like a clear path to beat him. Edmund also has not beaten anyone on the UFC roster. I say this every time he beats someone because he's always beaten a guy who's about to get cut and then he loses to like a vet. So like still has not beaten anyone on the roster. Kind of wild. He's also alternated wins and losses in his last 6 fights and would be due a loss here if he's going to continue that trend. Just saying. If you do like Edmund, though, you can take him by KO. It's plus 165. 12 of his 14 pro wins have come by KO, and Petroski was KO'd in all 3 of his pro losses. And if you do like Petroski, but you want a little extra on it, take him by decision, plus 375. His last 5 wins have come by decision, and Shabazian has lost by decision before. Co-main event, we got Rose Namajunas taking on Miranda Maverick. So Namajunas is 13-7. That is 11-6 in the UFC across strawweight and flyweight. This will be at flyweight where she is 2-2 in the UFC. Maverick is 15-5. That is 8-3 in the UFC. Namajunas has lost 3 of her last 5 fights, and Maverick has won 4 straight fights. Rose, 32 years old. Maverick, 27 years old. You know I'm riding with Doug Rose. Money line here, minus 245. Gonna parlay it. I'll get to it later. She's 5-3 in her last 8 fights, but 2 of those losses came to current top 5 girls, and the other came to a former champion, so like not bad losses at all. Also, of those 5 wins, 3 of them came against former champions. So like Rose is out here winning and losing against the best of the best. Miranda Maverick, only 1 win over a ranked opponent, and it came years ago. It wasn't anytime recently, so riding with Rose here. I feel like this is a nice bounce back fight for her. And honestly, if she loses this, I don't know what she should do next, to be honest. Not that Miranda Maverick's bad, just like her career is clearly on the way up. If you guys are looking for anything else, take the over 2.5 is minus 500. Hefty price, but it probably hits. Rose has hit it in 6 straight, and Miranda's hit it in 5 of her last 6. Rose by decision, if you wanted a little cheaper, it's minus 185. You'd still have to parlay it. 6 of her 13 pro wins have come by decision, including her last 3 wins. And all 5 of Maverick's pro losses have come by decision. And if you like Miranda Maverick, take her by decision, plus 325. 7 of her 15 pro wins have come by decision, including her last 3 wins. And Rose has lost by decision 5 times before. 5. Main event, we got Kamaru Usman taking on Joaquin Buckley. So Usman is 20-4. That is 15-3 in the UFC. Buckley is 21-6. That is 11-4 in the UFC across middleweight and welterweight. This will be at welterweight where he is 6-0 in the UFC. Usman has lost 3 straight fights. Buckley has won 6 straight fights. Usman, 38 years old. Buckley still just 31 years old. Hate to do it to my boy Usman, but I'm riding with Joaquin Buckley here, money line, minus 235. I'm parlaying it with Rose money line, gets us plus 101. I like that a lot. He's riding the momentum, dude. He's undefeated in the UFC at welterweight. Usman hasn't won a fight in almost 4 years. Not only that, but it was Colby. Buckley has 8 wins in the amount of time since Usman last won a fight. Kind of wild. Buckley also 7 years younger and hits like a train. So just saying. Looking for anything else, take the over 2.5 is minus 200, so you'd have to parlay it. But Usman has hit it in 4 straight fights, and Buckley has hit it in 3 of his last 5 fights. If you like Buckley, but you want a little off the top, get it at plus money. Buckley by KO, plus 165. 15 of his 21 pro wins have come by KO, including his last 2 wins. And Usman has obviously been KO'd before. And if you like Usman, take him by decision, plus 450. Half of his pro wins have come by decision, and Buckley has lost by decision twice before.
I'm worth 100,000 like Woodrow. When a ball call me Wilson, going overboard at the Hilton.